All right, y'all. If we can make sure that our phones are on silent, I would appreciate that.
Going, mate.
It is. I checked it. I double checked it. Triple checked it. Checked it at the bank. So we'll just energetically hold the space for anyone that will be coming in and joining us. Because we know that a couple people are going to start meandering in. Thank you. Yeah, we get to have this new day together. Mm-hmm. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning.
With the rain? Oh, that'll be a new day.
Today's a new day.
Rain.
All right, let's take a big breath in together, please. And just let it go. Do it again. Breathe in with your full breath. Just relax it out. Start to settle into your body and into this present moment, becoming aware of all the movement that is around us and coming into the awareness of the stillness that is within each of us. As together we take more deep of a breath in and a big breath out. Oops. Release any ideas of anything that needs to happen after this now. Any appointments, any phone calls, any transactions, any places that you need to be that's not here right now. Settle into this moment, this now. You have nowhere else to be, nowhere else to go. You're at the right place at the right time. Having a roof over our heads, having community, having safety, having love, having friendships, and having this breath. Take a big one in and let it go. So we're here in this now, and I'm Jane. And this is the spiritual dimension of wellness. This is expansions, or we get to expand the spiritual dimension of wellness, which to me, the spiritual dimension is by far the most fun dimension ever because it's multi-dimensional. It is infinite. There's no one pinpoint to it, and yet we try to focus solely on one little spot and let that be our spiritual resonance. This is the name that we call it. This is the thing. So having that in our awareness, I want to make sure that we hold this space in complete acceptance, zero judgment. Everyone has different names for whatever it is that we all believe in. Some don't call it a name, some don't believe in a thing, and it doesn't matter. We just get to be here and we get to talk about the one thing that does connect us all. And that could be the God, the goddess, the universe, the source. It could be the sun, the earth, or it could be this breath as you take a big one in. And just let it go. Because that is something that we know can connect all of us, is this breath, right? And breath, when we look at breath, it means inspiration, which comes from spirit. Yeah. So we can call it what we want, but there is something, there's a unifying force that runs to us, through us, with us. We don't know it, we don't see it, we think we know it, we think we see it. We might feel it, we may never feel it. It may be something that we seek and we search and we want to hang on to, and then we want to share it with others, and it doesn't matter. None of it matters. None of it actually matters. But we all have a connection to something bigger. We always have, we always will. And we always do in every now moment, especially when we remember it. And then when we remember it, we tap into it more. Because that unifying force of energy, I like to call it love sometimes. So that unifying energy of love that runs through us all the time. We may not know it, we may not feel it until we remember it, and then we start to tap back into it. And we start to talk more about it. We start to see more about it. We feel it more. And then we forget it again because we go through life. And then we take a breath and something startles our remembrance of love, of peace, of harmony, of connection, of oneness. And it could be a breath. Maybe it's this breath that you breathe in and you breathe out. We always forget. We are in a sacred cycle of forgetting and remembering. It's all we do. We forget and we remember, and we forget and we remember, and we forget and we remember. And we get to forget. We get to forget because the remembering feels so good. It does, doesn't it? It feels good to be remembered, doesn't it? It's like when you call someone and they're like, "Oh my God, I just thought about you. I haven't seen you in so long, and I was just thinking about you." And that kind of feels good to know that someone was just thinking about you. It's like, "Oh my God, you remembered me. Like, good morning." You know, there's this feeling of like, "Oh wow, I feel special." You know? So imagine if you are the great wonder in the sky. Right? We'll call it source today. How about that? Can we call it source today? We'll call it something different every time. How about that? Last time it was the man in the throne behind the moon. Yeah. So today we'll call it source. So what if every time that we remembered source, that we got like a little cosmic hit? Whoa, because imagine us remembering source. Say you remember source, right? And source is like, yeah, Robin remembered me. Wah! And then source like kind of explodes that joy back to Robin. Kind of like if you call a friend and they're like, "Oh my God, I was just thinking about you." You don't sit in silence. You usually say something like, "Oh my God, that's so cool. I was just thinking about you." You know, and there's this explosion that happens in you when you know that you were remembered, and you spill that back to them. You know, you're like, "Oh, that feels so good. Wow, I didn't think anybody remembered my existence. Wow, thanks." Right? So you spew it back. So with the spiritual aspect of wellness, I don't know about y'all, but like most of my life has been, well, after a certain point in my life when I was like, I need to get my shit together, it's been this like constant focus of like how I need to live my life better. You know, how can I care for my body better? How can I not put these substances in my body and choose better options? How can I not be in these relationships and choose healthier ones? How can I be of service more, right? It's been all of these things, focus on all these things to keep my life on track. Does anyone else feel like you're always thinking about how to keep your fucking life on track? Like all the time? And then when you're not thinking about it, what are you doing?
Sleeping? Keeping my life on track.
Sleeping? What was that?
Keeping my life on track.
Keeping the life on track. When you're not actively like creating a plan or figuring out how am I going to keep my life on track, like what are you doing? Sleeping, doing it, what else?
Acting on, like you said, getting your life together, making it better, so you get the routine of doing it.
Yeah, so the doing it.
Yeah.
Right? Mm-hmm. So it's like I create a plan where it's like, okay, so when I get home at night, instead of me opening up a bottle of whatever, I'm going to open up a kombucha. Mm-hmm. Okay. So that was the plan. I was thinking about it. I created a plan in action. I did the thing. I got the kombucha. I opened the kombucha. So now I'm being on track. My being on track is drinking kombucha and not something else. Right? Okay, cool. I got it. Well, then what? Because then we're just at this point where we're just planning and doing and planning and doing and planning and doing. And then someone talks about love and someone's like, wait, what? Wait, what? Where was that? Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. It's almost like, wait, I don't remember the last time I felt like Great Spirit saw me. I don't remember the last time that I was just blown away with this feeling of the Holy Spirit. Because I've been planning and I've been just keeping my shit on track. I've been like nose down, what is it, like nose to the grindstone or whatever, right? Like I've just been like, I'm doing the thing. But here's the thing. To me, to live with to consciously live with source, there's this point where we just gotta choose that. And then that's a different choice. Because there's not so much doing, there's not so much planning, right? There's not like, now granted, there's this point where I think many of us have experienced, witnessed, or still do, where it's like, okay, let's see, I'm gonna connect with source on Sundays at 9 a.m. Right, that's my appointment with source, some call it church. Right, that's my appointment, we're gonna hang out. And forgetting that, why on earth would we just wait for 1 hour, 1 day a week to do that deep connecting with something that we never actually lose contact with? Like, why would we do that? I'm not saying that that's not valid and a great thing, right? And it's like, I'm not going to shave my legs every day.
Some people do.
I know some people do, and that's great for them, and I'm not, right? So I'm not, but it's also not as much fun if I just do it like once a year. It's like when I used to go to church on, what is it, Christmas or whatever?
Easter.
Yeah, Easter. Like, y'all, this Sunday is gonna be like church day USA for a lot of people,
With the rain.
right? With the rain, the purification.
Mm-hmm.
So my question is, how can we actually live a life where we are creating a plan for our track of health and wellness and easeful life and community and service and all these things that we really truly want to do and be, because we're human and that is in our divine template. Like, that is our true nature, is to live a life healthy and well and be of service. That's it. That's basic human need. So when we're really focused on that, because if we've spent a lifetime where we haven't been taking care of ourselves and our path and our purpose and all that, like that's still like, I'm tending to that garden every day. So then how do we make time to tap in, to tune in, to lift our spirits, or to allow ourselves to feel the shit, meanwhile back at the ranch, all staying connected to source? That's the question. How do we do that?
Scheduling.
Scheduling, will you speak more to that? What does that look
Yes,
like for you?
Plan ahead of time what you're going to do, so you know and already be prepared to do what you need to do when the time comes.
To connect with spirit or
Yes, ma'am, and
source?
that
Okay.
too.
Would you give me an example?
Okay, it would be to connect with the spirit, whether it's church or meditate. Put that into my daily life around work, meetings, family, whatever it is I need to do.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah. What were you going to share? And then you, Robin.
Okay, I was gonna say, I learned over time, 'cause I used to be on that Sunday and Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
Then I learned how to put him in my everyday life. Talk to him like he's sitting right here with me. I learned that. And then me being that way, I stayed more positive, so I could be a beacon among all. So they could see through him what's great. I'm just his shell. He's my soul.
Thank you for sharing. So what you do is you have a constant, I'm reflecting to make sure I'm clear. So you have a constant, continuous conversation
Yes,
with source.
yes. As I think, everything. I sit down and eat. He's getting first.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Robin. And then I want to hear what you have.
I think for me, meditation, and the way you've now given me some ideas about what it looks like and what my mind can grasp, I think that's going to be a lot better. And then my walks, always my walks are I'm doing some kind of mantra, and then throughout the day, we have a saying in AA. I'm just going to say, God either is or he isn't. And that's kind of that thing of walking with him all day long. Now, of course, I forget. and blah, blah, blah. But always when blah, blah, blah happens, I go back to it, because it's always, I'm thinking something wrong, or I'm not on my path, so to speak.
Gotcha. Thank you for sharing that. Meditation, walking, remembering. What were you gonna share?
Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. You're a designer. For me, you're a designer yourself. You go get the garbage out, put some good stuff in it, break so. I mean, that's just like stop using drugs and alcohol. When you get to a point, when you sick and tired of being sick and tired, you'll do something different. You know, this is not helpful for you, to hell with it, and leave right where it's at, and do something positive in your life.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that. The sick and tired of being sick and tired. God, I am so over not feeling good. I'm so over feeling bad. I'm so over being in lack. I'm so over this same pattern that I am in. And I feel that for us as a population of humans to be sick and tired of not feeling good, not feeling connected, not feeling love. Right? Like, I'm sick and tired of not feeling love the way I really want to feel it. And then, right, but then thinking about that is what source is. Goes back to the top where I call source love. Oh, so if I'm sick and tired of not feeling my absolute best, then that means that I am sick and tired of not being connected to Great Spirit. Oh.
You gotta tap into it.
Right. And there's this tapping into it, right? A few people have mentioned like this tapping into it. You shared that you tap into it when you set aside time for meditation in church, right? And you said you're setting aside time when you're meditating and going for a walk and kind of coming back to your awareness of your thoughts. And so we can do this very logically, right? We can set aside time. That's a very logical process, right? It takes logic, it takes the mind. What if we just like set our mind aside and was like, F this, I'm just gonna be that. I'm just gonna like, you know what? I'm sick and tired of waiting for love. I'm not gonna wait for love anymore. I'm going to be it all the time. Because fuck it, I don't even care anymore. Because I'm so fed up. I'm so sick and tired of not having compassion in this world. Fuck it, I'm just gonna be it. I'm not gonna schedule time to be it. I'm going to be it. And I'm going to be this, say compassion, when I feel like being an asshole. When I'm mad and I have a lot of garbage that I need to deal with and take out, then I'm going to be compassionate while I feel the frustration. I'm going to be compassionate while I'm digging through my own shit and turmoil and taking out what I don't need. I'm going to be the compassionate one because I don't want to rely on anyone outside of me to be what I innately am. And when I remember that I am innately, naturally that, then I tap in and tune into Great Spirit because that is my awareness of it. It's just the awareness of the tap in. We're always tapped in. We're never disconnected. Even when we are when we're technically disconnected from source, we would call ourselves dead. But it's only the body that's just not with us because we are then more with Great Spirit source as the whole. So we're never disconnected. Ever. We just forget. It's almost like the water. You can turn your water faucet off, right? But it's never really off until you turn it off by the main switch, right? It's like the electricity. I can turn that off, but the electrical current is still running through. It's just the switch. The switch is just the awareness. The switch that turns the light on and off is just our awareness. Oh wait, I'm always turned on. I'm always tuned into this. I'm always tapped in. I'm always connected. I'm never disconnected. We're never disconnected. Ever. So breathe that in. That in this right now moment, you are more connected to source. And okay, ooh, this feels fun. Let's do this. This is fun. Okay, take a big breath in. And just let it go. Now imagine, see it in your mind's eye, sense it, feel it, whatever that is to you, your connection to source. Now, just feel your connection to source. Does it feel like a hug? Does it feel like your heart is beating faster? Does it look like something? Does it sound like something? What does your connection to something that you've never been disconnected from feel like, sense like to you? Let it be felt, sensed, remembered. Maybe it's just a deeper sense of knowing. Maybe a sense of peace and calm just went through you. That something bigger than you has always loved you more than you'll ever know. That will always love you more than you'll ever know. Because it is who you are. It is what you are. That is why you are loved. It is you being loved because you are love. There is no disconnect. You are love. You are the walking embodiment of love itself. You have turned into different directions and expressed in ways that were not in this connection with the frequency and harmonic resonance of source of great spirit. However, it is you, because you are that electrical magnetic current of this source of energy. There is no disconnect. So when you feel this, when you sense this, in this now moment, breathe it in deep and full and let it go. And because we love to be embodied and hear others' perspectives, I'm curious what you sensed, felt, saw for you when I say, how do you feel your connection? Was it like a cord being plugged into your lower back? Right? Was it your third eye? Was it your, it could be anything because there is no wrong answer. Because every now moment will be different. So in that now moment, who would like to share? What did that feel like when I say feel your connection with source?
Overwhelming joy.
Overwhelming joy. Was it like all in your body? Was it beyond your body? Was it only outside of you? Was it localized?
Like, all inside my body.
Okay,
It just fires up.
cool. Thank you for sharing that. Yes.
I just felt peace and serenity.
Peace and serenity. Was it all in your body?
Yes,
Did your mind do the same thing?
yes.
Awesome.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you for sharing that.
Thank you.
Who else would like to share? Yeah.
You know, last night, on my cable channel, I got Soul Rock and Roll. And I was listening to Older Golden last night, late last night. And they just brought a whole lot of positive thinking to me. You know, and for real, they brought a lot of positive thinking to me. And this on Older Golden last night. That was about 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. And I'm sitting there listening to stuff sounds so good to me. And this morning when I got up, had a different attitude, a different way of looking at life. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You sure?
Yes.
Okay. I had a different way of looking at life, you know. I felt so positive about everything. It felt so good. And I ain't felt it in a long time.
Nice.
And it felt last night, I got this one, it really felt good. I said to myself, man, you're gonna do better in life. You're gonna do what you're supposed to do in life. And you're probably gonna be comfortable and promote personality in your life. Hell with somebody that think about you.
Yes. Thank you for sharing that
That's
experience.
real.
Would anyone else like to share what you felt just now with when I said, like, what does it feel like? And were you going to say something? Okay. Okay.
I felt safe. there was like a glow of orange or pink. The whole thing, not pink, peach. And it was encompassed. It had top and sides, and I had to calm my mind down. When I wanted to be calm, I can concentrate and be calm, but I wanted to feel the energy, so I want that as well as my focus. And that's it.
Nice. Felt safe. When you felt safe, did you feel safe in your body or in the space or both?
I felt safe in my body.
Awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
I felt safe
Ain't
too.
no call.
You felt safe?
Yeah.
Hey,
Hang on.
ain't no call. I can't.
The coffee is brewing. I don't think it's done yet, but it's brewing.
I feel safe just
Okay.
one myself.
Hang on. Hang on. I would like for you to finish and then I would like to hear what you have to say. You were saying?
Nothing.
Oh, I was just saying that I felt safe and warm and loved in my body and the space and all that stuff. Just comforted.
Comforted.
Yeah,
Thank you for speaking to that.
thank you.
I feel safe and everything too, but I did one thing this morning, man. I thought it was time we get to go, to the class here. It was 2:00 in the morning. I went outside, but still, I went back in the house. I laid back there. I told my mom stuff in the car at that time too, so I went back in the house and everything. I said, damn, I'm too late. I said, oh, it's just 2:00 in the morning. And I was back there trying to go back to sleep. I couldn't go back to sleep, but I meditated on a bunch of things I made now today, so I'm fine. So I went there and took my medicine, did it. We tried to go back to sleep, but we couldn't, but let them hear today and everything, trying to get everything situated with me. To my family wise, I got 14 more days, but I still be here with y'all, so
Thanks.
I might go to court. I don't know.
I'm glad that
But
you're
I'm
here
going,
with us.
I'm going to court, though. He gave me my passes and everything, yes, Mr. Hamilton. He's giving the people that
Nice.
decided to come or want to see what the circumstances are. And I won't be the only one there, so if you more,
I know.
real quick, they can't go up, not it. But everything's gonna work out fine for me.
That is truth.
I know
Yeah, it
it's
is. Thank
I
you for
come
speaking
visit
to
you.
that. Thank you for sharing
But
that.
anyway, no start to 3:30 on the 20th. So I'll be there early anyway, so what
Yeah.
you doing here? I'm ready to go to where I gotta go to, and then I might go in the room and talk to them too, so.
Yeah. I mean, and aren't we all really just sitting here waiting to get to the next place?
I mean, it took one day at a time to get
In
there.
every way you can think of that. Like, aren't we all just kind of sitting here just waiting for death?
To my knowledge, I'm gonna finish two
You
things
know.
in one.
And so then it's like, if we're gonna sit here and wait for death, how are we gonna do it?
Takes time. but
You know,
it
are we gonna
comes.
enjoy it? Are we gonna enjoy? What were you saying? Please share.
Go ahead. I just said, I ain't ready for that yet.
Right, but we're waiting on it.
Yeah,
So, right, because it's all gonna happen.
Well, that's guaranteed.
Like, it
Eventually, okay.
is gonna happen for all of
Take
us.
one day, it'll take one day at
Right.
a time.
So, thinking about this, right? So we're all gonna die. Yay! Yay! We all have the same goal, y'all. We are all so different. Yeah, we're all gonna have one of this. We've had one experience that's been the same for all of us. We can bet that we have had one experience that every single person in this room can say, yes, me too. We were all born. And we're all gonna have one more experience, same exact. We're all gonna die.
Yep.
So now we're in this infinite waiting hall that we call life.
Mhm.
So I can use my life to be logical and make plans and live it out and make the next plan and do the plan. Make the next plan and do the plan. Make the next plan and now I'm bored. Guess I'll make another plan and God, I'm bored. This sucks. This is kind of crappy. So at what point do we just celebrate life and just bask in the feeling of like, oh my God, I am safe. The feeling of safety, the feeling of, you said peace and surrender, right? The feeling of that. So sometimes we'll tap into it, right? It's like, oh, Jane led a meditation. So, I just felt safe. Man, I just felt surrender. That was cool. I just felt surrender and peace in a room full of people. I just felt safe in a room full of people I don't know, right? I just felt a shit ton of joy for absolutely no reason. I don't know, right? we can take those moments of being tapped in and expand them for as long as we want. That, to me, is living as spirit, where I can live and be in this space of like, okay, so I felt safe. Wait, let me see if I can do that again. Can I feel safe right now? Can I feel safe right now? Can I feel safer? I feel really safe in my body. Or can I feel peace and surrender right now? Okay, I can't. Can I make it expand? Can I kind of relax into it a little bit more? I'm still going to be making the plan and doing the thing because we are creatures of that nature, and we're also creatures of spirit, which means that we get to feel joy and peace and safety and surrender.
A lot of things like happiness and surrender is also a choice sometimes. Like you can choose to be happy, choose to be miserable. Like you can count what you do have, see what you don't have, you know? And so I got a nice little place to sleep, I got a meal every day, I got this and that. Or you can say, well, I don't like this meal, I don't like where I'm staying, I don't like this, I don't like that. Or you can say, you just got to, find happiness where you are and not want more than what you have. And then that's a good thing, when it comes to happiness too. I think like where the life. So it's kind of complicated double-sided coin there,
Everything's a double-sided coin, because I love that you said that, right?
Yeah, right.
How many of y'all have been told like that your feelings are your choice? Like you can choose happy, you can choose positive, you can choose these things. And I think that has a lot of value and merit to it. And if somebody steps on my foot or kicks me in the shin, I don't choose to feel pain. It just is a byproduct.
Yeah.
If somebody dies that I love, I'm not going to be like, oh my God, I choose grief right now. This is great.
Yeah.
No, it hits me like a fucking wave, man.
Right.
I'm like, oh God, I'm sad. I feel it. Like, I'm not choosing that. It is choosing me. The energy, movement, the emotion is choosing to be felt and experienced by the embodiment of spirit. Because the spirit itself, spirit, source doesn't have feelings. Source just is. So we get to be the source in a body that gets to feel all the things. So then can I choose to be happy that I am feeling pain? Ooh, taking it in a notch. Can I choose to feel happy? Can I choose joy that I am feeling grief? Can I choose joy if I am experiencing lack in my bank account? Can I? Yes, because I can choose other feelings other than what I'm currently feeling. And that to me is tapping into source. That is tapping in. And that's the choice. Because we are tapped in, it's the remembrance and awareness of it that then taps us in. What were you gonna say?
Yeah, we have choices in life. I like what you said about that. But people worry more about what people think about them. You know what I'm saying?
Mhm.
We worry about what this person gonna say about me, or this person. The hell with people. If they're not positive to you, the hell with them. And that's where you have to look at life now. Because the world don't owe you, the world don't owe you nothing. You owe yourself something.
Yeah. And I'm glad you mentioned that because, okay, be real honest with yourself, right? We have no judgment in this space. If you're wearing your judgy pants, switch them out real quick. No judgy pants, right? So just be real with yourself. Be real, okay? I'm going to ask you a question, and you'll hear the answer inside, okay? Then I'm going to request that you be vulnerable and answer it truthfully, okay? Here's the question. Do you care about what other people think or say about you? Feel the answer. If it's yes, raise your hand. I care what other people think and say about me.
I mean, sometimes I do, sometimes I don't.
Yeah, so there's a yes in there, right?
Yeah.
Okay, so who's like, no, I actually give zero shits on what anyone thinks or says about me. Raise your hand.
But somebody else, for that person, otherwise,
Right.
he gonna say something.
So
to that
here's
person.
the thing. There's no right or wrong
Why?
because there isn't.
I can see how
Yeah,
you
because there
feel,
isn't,
though.
right?
Yeah, I
So
can see that.
We can care about what people think and say about us. Like, oh, I care that they're thinking and saying that. Oh my God, I care. I love I care that may I use you as an example? Because this is not truth. And if it is, then hey, surprise for me. But so if Robin thinks I'm a total asshole,
I was gonna say
Okay,
a word.
Robin is like, Jane is such an asshole. Okay? And she tells people that I'm an asshole. Man, did you see Jane at PRN? She is such an asshole. Good. All right? So I have a choice. I can either be like, whatever, I don't care. You do you, boo. Say what you want, right? Or I could care. Now, I can care one of two ways. I can care and be like, how dare you? You're hurting my feelings. Why are you victimizing me? I'm such a victim. Or I can choose to care and be like, wow, I care that this human is still wearing judgy pants because they haven't healed that within themselves. Oh, I love you so much that you're just where you are and you're still judging me for calling an asshole. Oh, so that's my choice. So I can care, and I can care from a place of care, or I can care from a place of victim and blame and shame, or I can just not care. Again, none of these things are wrong. It's just being real with ourselves and asking ourselves, what am I feeling? What am I thinking? Okay, I hear you, and I'm still going to choose peace and surrender. I'm still going to choose joy. I'm still going to move in safety, whatever. I'm still going to do all of this because there is no one thing. There is no one answer. And yet everything is one. So there only is one answer, and that is it is all one. Because there's one source that we all are from. And yet we are all completely bajillions of different expressions of that. And yet the one truth is that we're one. We can talk all day about how we're different, we're separate. Well, you're over there and I'm over here. We're obviously separate, forgetting that we're energetic vibrational particles that literally don't ever touch and they don't ever separate. There is no separation. So then when I remember that, then I just tapped back in. So then, take a deep breath. Let it go. So feel into the no separation. Feel into the interconnection to and with everything. That your breath is the same breath that everyone in this room is breathing. That you are breathing the same breath that the trees are breathing in and out. That your ancestors and their ancestors and their ancestors were breathing the same air that we are breathing here in this now moment. That we are breathing the air of the generations that have yet to be born. There is an interconnection of spirit that moves between and flows through everything that there is. We are not disconnected from this earth, from this mother, from the divine mother. We are always a part of that creator. We are made and manifest. We're made in the image of it. Everything we think, say, and do. Start to feel that interconnection, the oneness. What does the oneness feel like for you? Does it feel like you're floating in an ocean, flying in the sky, anchored to the earth, being held in the arms of an angelic embrace? What does being at one with the oneness feel like right now, that you don't have to be alone to feel the oneness? That you can be in a group, in a circle, in a building, in a city, in a state, in a country, and still feel the oneness. So allow yourself to feel the oneness right now. Take a couple breaths and just feel the lack of separation, that I am connected to everything that ever was, is, and will be. I am connected to all. Allow yourself to feel that just for the next couple breaths. Together, we'll take a big breath in and just let it go. So now I'm curious. Would anyone like to share what they just felt? And it could have been that you felt nothing.
No, I couldn't tell you.
You felt nothing?
I ain't feel nothing.
Nothing,
Perfect.
nothing.
Felt nothing.
I ain't feel jack.
Nice. So okay, so perfect. So does that mean that you did not feel your physical body at all?
Nah, I really didn't feel nothing. I don't know, maybe I'm concentrating on something else.
Oh,
I apologize. And that's me. Right now, I'm at somewhere else.
yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's what it was.
What were you gonna say?
Feel alive.
Feel alive. What does that feel like?
Like full of energy, just waiting to move forward.
Like potential energy, like it's vibrating and ready to move?
And ready.
As far as me, well, I got to keep going forward.
Hang on just a second.
Yeah, I heard.
What I saw is I see, the bodies are gone, and I just see atoms and all that stuff going on, and it's going around the whole room, which is what the connection is, and I'm able to understand the oneness when I do that.
Nice. Thank you for sharing that.
Mm-hmm.
Anyone else? Like, what did you just experience when you just kind of felt into being completely connected to everything? Does anyone ever see like cartoon images in their head? Because I do. I really see very like cartoony, like very fun stuff, no matter what it is. Like even if it's like, you call it that, I don't care. Like what, even if it's like something traumatic, I still see it as a very like cartoon kind of image and like this whatever. Anyway,
Yeah.
so you know sometimes when I feel into the oneness, I feel like I just melted and I've become the earth.
Mm-hmm.
You know, sometimes I feel like I've turned into like literally the cosmos and I'm not feeling it. I don't feel my body. I feel like I am space. I don't feel weight. I don't feel my shape. I don't even feel my breath. I know I'm breathing. You know? So just feeling into these different things, right? To allow ourselves to go into the imagination of these spaces of like, okay, so what if I am connected to everything? What would it feel like? What would it be like? What would it look like? I don't know. There's no wrong answer. But allowing ourselves to go there, allowing ourselves to breathe in the same breath that we're breathing for our future generations yet to be born. You know, to imagine what it's like to actually breathe in all of the water molecules that are floating in the air right now, because we're not at 0% humidity, that we're breathing in water, and then kind of feeling at the fact that we're water breathers. Whoa, now does it feel like I'm swimming? Right, so when we can go into these types of imagination spaces, whether it's in meditation, when we're on a walk, when we're doing the thing, right, that we've created on our path, then what we do is we are doing life connected consciously to spirit, feeling it. Because spirit is feeling what it feels like to be in a body today. People online are sharing that they're feeling sad, like that they have stuff going on with their families, right? We have people here, like we are all in our own place of not necessarily having every single need met. And yet we also have all of our needs met in this right now moment, right? So when we can allow ourselves, like, so spirit's feeling all that. Spirit's feeling stressed, spirit's feeling sad, spirit's feeling all, but I don't know that spirit's feeling it until I'm like, oh my God, I get to feel this. Oh, and then spirit's like, oh my God, you remembered me. And then we get that jolt of joy or of safety or of peace or of love or of whatever. And so you see how we're in this dance? It's just constantly remember, forget, remember, forget.
I think just getting here like some group helps me. Some people are like loners, they don't need anybody to make them happy. I think get here as a group of talking like this, it helps us to feel alive, more energized. I think just being around people, just have somebody talk to you, just sit there talking. We're not fighting, we're not arguing, we're just talking, and we all come from different backgrounds and stuff. I think it makes me happier. So I'm sorry, Bill. I talk really fast. I apologize.
I want to hear you.
Okay, well, I think getting here in a group, like get together, really helps. Like being with people, just talking. I think it helps people. It helps with happiness and everything, you know.
Yeah.
And it's personal contact, you know. I think everybody has a need for contact and wants to be around another human being. And I think it helps to get together and talk. I think it really does. I may be off track what we're talking about, but I think it really does have it really does help to get together and talk. It really helps me be happier. It helps me as a person. So
Yeah.
Thank you for sharing that. Yeah. And to also hear that like we all have different experiences.
Yeah.
And yet we're all connected.
Yep.
So that when I do leave here, I know that I am not alone.
Yeah.
You know?
We're all in this together. We are.
We really are, y'all. We are in this game of life together. We are not busting out of this hologram. Like, we're not.
I'm out of here.
We are in it until the end. And we are not doing it alone. None of us are doing it alone. Even those that are choosing to never leave their house, not get out of bed, not go into the daylight, not connect with anything. They are still not alone because they are still with spirit. They are still with thoughts from others. They're sending them love. They're like, we, no matter how much we try to be alone and be in our own misery and shit, that we are never alone. No matter what. We're never disconnected. No matter how many times I feel like I silence my phone and turn off, I know that sucker's still listening. You know it is. For real, you can power down your iPhone and it still listens. That's weird. It is. And it's the same thing. We're never disconnected. So, what I would like to do, if you all are willing to do this with me, because we have just sat for the past wee bit of time, and we've connected with feelings and the actual like awareness of Great Spirit. So we literally have a room full of individuated beings, call them humans, who have consciously connected with Source. So we are all holding the awareness that we are Source right now, right? And we have created like a vortex of energy of Source right now because we're all really aware of it, right? We have literally connected a room full of love because we have all remembered that we are not disconnected. So right now, through this energetic field of life, through this quantum, we are more powerful than most people, more than just one of us being alone. So in my opinion, I say, let's do something with this power, right? Can we do something with this power? Because we are powerful beings. We are connected to Source. We are embodied Source. We are embodied love. We literally can move through space and time to make epic changes here on the earth plane in our own lives and in the lives of others. That we have gifts. It's our presence that is the gift, right? It's not what I offer to somebody. It's who I am. It's who you are that is the gift. And then what you do with who you are, how you show up, how you feel, how you be, how you speak, how you think. That's how things get like super potent and healing for others. And that's how we can truly be of service. So let's take this. Take a deep breath in with me. And just let it go. So settle into a meditative space. So whether that looks like just calming into this present moment and into the flow of your breath. Feel your connection with this earth and that in which you call Great Spirit. Feel this love that flows between all of us, to us and through us. Never-ending flow. Never-ending flow. Let this flow of this energetic love that is always, let it be flowing into you with your in-breaths and let it flow out into the earth plane with your exhales. Let it flow into you with your inhales and out of you with your exhales. And just let this flow of Source be recognized in all ways now. Now bring to your heart mind people, friends, strangers that you know are in suffering. Someone that you know needs some more love, some more seeing, some more prosperity, some more health, some more ease, some more joy in their life. Bring someone to mind. And it could be a whole town. It could be your whole family. It could be the whole country. It could be the whole earth. It could be your pet. Whatever this being or these beings are, bring them to mind right now. You can see them in their confusion, in their pain, and in their suffering. They might feel lost. They might feel alone. Now, start to see them with your love. Love them for being in pain. Love them for taking one for the team right now. Love them for being disconnected in their awareness. Love them for not being here. Love them in gratitude for what they are going through right now, in their suffering and in their pain. Love them and give them gratitude for that. And then begin to see them start to feel the love that they are. See them feel the love that they are. Feel them feeling loved. See them being seen. Let them be seen by you in this now moment with so much love that they start to feel, oh my God, they see me. I am seen. They do love me. I am still loved. Someone out there still loves me. I didn't know. And feel that sense of remembrance ignite in all of these beings so that they start to fill up with the sensation of safety. They start to feel peace and surrender in their body. They start to get effervescent and bubbly with joy and love. And see health and wellness shower them. See ease move to them and through them. See the wealth and the vital life force of energy be gifted to them. And let them receive it. See them receiving this ease. They deserve it just as much as anyone else. And let this joy and this peace and this earth and this prosperity and this loving grace be poured onto this earth as well. So much gratitude for her and the pain that she has been experiencing in her life. And how much gratitude you have for this mothership, for never kicking us off, for giving us all the medicine that we'll ever need. Everything we ever need, she has offered us. Let this appreciation of the source connected to the earth, with the earth, as the earth, just be recognized and be remembered in this now. We'll trust that all beings will be happy and free. And we will trust that all of our thoughts, words, and actions will contribute to this liberation and joy in some way. And so it is. Take a deep breath in and just let it go. Just take your hands and just give them a little shake. Just kind of come back into your body. There you go. Yeah. Thanks.
That was wonderful.
Thanks for doing that. There are so many beings on this earth plane that are experiencing suffering far worse than we'll ever understand. And we have a deep understanding of our own suffering that we have experienced up to this point, and yet there are people on this earth plane that are experiencing in this now moment far worse. And because we can see them in love, there's a part of them that is being activated through the quantum, through prayer, through intention, through meditation, through the interconnection of the oneness, that we all together just made a really big impact. So if you would please just thank yourself for showing up today to do that work through this energetic realm, to do this in the name of love and peace and harmony on earth for others and yourselves, for us together here in this space. Thank yourselves for showing up on this earth plane, playing this game of life, and feeling all the things. Thank you.
Yes,
I'm really grateful y'all are here with me. I love this, y'all.
I loved it. That was so good.
Love it.
Wonderful.
Yay. And we can do this anytime.
Yeah.
Anytime. We can do this any day, all day, every day, all day. All day, every day. You gave me the pen. Thanks. And I just want to say thank you, everybody online. I hope everybody continues to experience the blessings that we have all co-created, okay? I love y'all.